What's good, YouTube? Nova here, bringing you guys my Star Mages deck. This is gonna be for the with the new Zexal ban list. You know, with the 5 different ban lists. This deck is made up just for the Zexal format, because all the Xyz monsters, they're all at 1 at each, and then all of the monsters in this deck and spells and traps, of course, are going to be legal for that format. So let's just dive right into the deck. I'm playing 3 copies of Zexal Seraph Scepter. The Scepter, basically, when this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you get to add a copy of another Zexal Seraph monster from your deck to your hand. Then, when this card is used, as an Xyz material for a monster a ranked monster that needs 3 materials, you get to draw 1 card and then pop 1 card. So that's nice, a +2 for free. It's pretty freaking crazy. Now, for the last Zexal Seraph monster we're just playing 3 copies of Zexal Seraph Sovereignty. Basically, he's really good. He cannot be used as a Xyz material except for a monster that needs 3 materials or more, which is it's kind of downfall if you get stuck with him, but he's got a 2000 defense, which isn't so bad. But the other good thing about Sovereignty is, basically, when you normal summon or special summon a Zexal Seraph monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, draw a card, and then if it happens to be a Zexal Seraph monster, special summon that card. So that's freaking amazing. So that's kind of how you go off. You kind of summon the Scepter, summon this card, draw a card, and then you probably have another monster, so you Xyz summon, and then you make a rank 4 with 3 materials. You get a +1 draw. Yeah, you're seeing where it's going. So that's it for the Zexal Seraph lineup. Just the 6 good cards. That's all you want, really. Moving on, we got 3 copies of Damage Perform Pal for the Perform Mages. We got 3 Damage Juggler. Basically, Damage Juggler in hand, it's going to be a kind of protect you with battle effects from damage and stuff. And then in grave, you can banish it to add a copy of a Perform a Mage monster from your deck to your hand, except for a copy of itself, I believe. Yep. So that's very good. He's the main card to search out your Perform Pals, Perform Mages. My bad. Then we got 2 copies of Perform Mage Hat Trigger. Hat Trigger is if there's 2 or more monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. His other effect is completely irrelevant. Don't even bother. Mostly you want to do is go Scepter, Sovereignty, special summon this guy. But he works because if your opponent has 2 monsters, you could special him as well. Or if your opponent has a monster and you summon a monster, you still get to summon. So, very useful. 1 copy of Perform Mage Trick Clown. Basically, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Perform Mage in the graveyard, including himself, special summon, and then you take its defense becomes 0, of course, and you take 1000 damage. So this is kind of good because it's, again, detached special summon. It's kind of like the 1000 Blade combo, but we're just not playing this 1000 Blade because it's like that sucks, and that kind of sucks. So just the 6 there as well. Both engines so far have just been kind of draw power and digging through the deck and summoning with monsters. Next up, we've got 3 copies of Traptrix Mermelio. Mermelio, whenever it's normal summoned, well, of course, its first effect, it's unaffected by hole traps. So, okay, nice. Bottomless and stuff like that, time, space, all those holes that are out there, he can't be trapped. Basically, when this card is normal summoned, you get to add a hole trap card from your deck to your hand, which is nice because it gives you search potential. As well, if this card is special summoned, you get to just pop a spell and trap card. So, kind of nice. But again, what you want to do is normal summon this, your opponent has a monster, and then you special summon the Hat Trigger, and then of course you make an Xyz and you got a trap, and you got a trap card in the same turn, so that's pretty sick. And then when it's in graveyard, you can bring it back with your Traptrix Diana. Diana, when this card is normal summoned, you get to target a Traptrix monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and then of course you get to Xyz summon with it after that. You don't have to, but most likely going to. And then, of course, if you bring back Mermelio is going to pop a card. If this card is brought back, it's going to let you put a hole trap from your graveyard and set that target. Wow. That's pretty good, actually, because it allows you to reuse those bottomless trap holes. So that's sick. So that's it for the Trap Trix engine. I know the Trap Trix, the Trap Trix are kind of slow, but the Dianes make the deck fast. Plus, with the amount of swarming the deck can do, it's pretty easy to get the Mermelios. It's pretty easy to use them pretty competitively. Next up for the supporting cards, we're playing just 2 copies of Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk in this deck is pretty awesome. Basically, you summon this card, discard a spell card, special summon your Scepter. Scepter's effect activates, letting you add the Sovereignty special summons, and then you have your 3 monsters for that Xyz material. And it only really costs you 2 cards, which you will get 2 draws off of that. So technically, you are going minus nothing. You are pretty much just plussing off of this play. So Summoner Monk is really powerful in the deck, really powerful. Not much to say about the Summoner Monks other than it's really good, and it's pretty much a must for me, in my opinion, with the Scepters, with the Star Seraphs now. Then we're playing 1 copy of Gigabyte. Now Gigabyte, you can only control, I believe you can only control 1 Gigabyte at a time, yes. And if you control a spellcaster type monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon 1 monster with 1500 more and 200 defense. So I don't really think that effect is irrelevant in this deck. Maybe, yeah, I don't think its effect is really irrelevant in this build. But mostly just because you are playing a fair amount of spellcasters in this deck with the Damage Juggler engine plus the Summoner Monks are all going to be spellcasters. You have a fair amount of cards to go into a fair amount of cards to special summon this card. But as well, the same way, there's a lot of ways to summon multiple monsters to stand by this, even if it has to be a 1-card drop. So it's very easy to use that as well. Next up, I'm playing 2 copies of Max C and 2 copies of Max C and 2 copies of Effect Veiler as our hand traps. I guess you could argue that Damage Juggler is a hand trap as well. Effect Veiler though, well, let's start Max C first. Max C, basically, your spell special summons, discard, draw a card, and then every time they do that turn, draw a card, so it can shut you down, as well as help you dig through your deck to get to your combo pieces. And this deck, there's a lot of cards you could see that are very helpful. Effect Veiler, when your opponent drops a monster you don't like, just negate its effects. That's about all I can say about that one. Very good, just hand traps. I don't like to play more than 2 of each of them. I feel that they're going to clog, but 2 of each of them is perfect amount. So that was 24 monsters. Moving into spells, we're playing 1 copy of Raigeki just for board clearance. Pretty obvious, just that 1 Raigeki is pretty standard. The 1 Soul Charge because I am playing the Sovereignty engine, the Star Seraph engine, my mistake. So you want to be able to bring back those scepters so that you can bring back so you can go into the sovereignties and then make plays. As well, if it's a really good card in any rank, any Xyz based deck or synchro based deck as well. 1 Foolish Damage Juggler, really good. If you have just a single monster, you can summon the monster, send the Damage Juggler, take 1,000, bring it back, Xyz summon. It's probably, yes, you do take 1,000, but it's better to just take 1,000 than not just be stuck, right? It also works with Mermelio, summon Mermelio, discard the Damage Juggler, bring back the Damage Juggler, you get a set a trap, and you get to bring out Xyz. Or you can send the Mermelio to summon the Diane, bring back the Mermelio, and then go from there. 1 Mind Control. Mind Control is really good with moving monsters out of your way, as well as this card gives you the ability, if your opponent's playing a rank 4 deck or has rank 4s in their deck, you can steal it and then use their monsters as a Xyz material. So that's pretty important as well, plus it's pretty trollsy. 2 copies of Twin Twister. Discard stuff. You can discard pretty much anything. Pop 2 is really good. So just 2 of those in general. And then just 3 Upstart Goblins because I feel Upstart Goblin is just, it makes it so that you're not playing inconsistent draws. You're just playing the cards you want to play. And giving 1,000 in this deck doesn't really matter to your opponent because you're going to be wrecking them anyway. So, yeah. So that's it for spells. I believe it was 9 spells. Yes, there's very little spells for the Summoner Monk, but really, the Summoner Monk is kind of live, but to a point. 1 Solemn Strike because it's Strike. 1 Solemn Warning just because it's really good. You kind of have to play the 2 Psalms. 1 Bombless Trap Hole for the for the trap holes, of course, for the trap tricks, of course. 1 time space as well. Only 2 I'm playing. I feel like it's not worth playing more than that. I mean, the other ones kind of suck. I mean, like, you can't really play 2 copies of time space. Bottomless is already at 1, so you can only play it at 1. So that's it for them. And then 3 Call of the Haunted, because we're playing so many monsters you could bring back. So many things, so many effects you can get, like Scepters, Mermelios, Dianas, so much stuff like that. And then just in general, bringing back a monster to be able to use its effect or combo it with a summon. Plus, bring this when your opponent MSTs this or something, or Twin Twisters this. Being able to bring back Mermelia and pop a card of theirs and still kind of get pluses is pretty awesome. That's pretty sick. That's pretty good, actually. So Called On is really good. So play 3 of it. Moving into the extra deck, we've got 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, because Dweller is really helpful. Yeah, just the Dweller. There's nothing more to say about the Dweller. The Exciton Knight, because, you know, the No King boards when you're really behind, or you just want to nuke the board because you might think your opponent might be able to beat you. It's really good. Exciton is arguably one of the best cards. 1 Gaga Cowboy for burn. That's pretty much all it's used for. 101 plus the Castel, absorb your opponent's monster, and then protect itself, bounce back the opponent's monster. The 2, in my opinion, 2 of the better XCs as well. 1 Trapeze Magician for Perform Mage. This guy's kind of cool, but the only thing is he needs 2 level 4 spell capture monsters, and then if you would take damage that's less than his attack, you don't, which is pretty awesome, so that you can't play your opponent can't burn you, which is kind of cool. And then once per turn during our player's turn, of course, you can detach 1 XC's material, then target 1 face-up monster for the turn's player, other than, of course, itself. And then it can attack twice, but it's also destroyed during the end phase. And then if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Perform Mage from your deck. So very nice, very nice. Moving in, we've got 1 copy of Trap Trix Rafflesia. Rafflesia is just generic, so that's really easy, and it lets you use trap cards, trap holes from your deck. Detach 1, and you can play trap hole from your deck, which is kind of sick. And at 25 defense, it's kind of a wall, and it is difficult to get around a card that can control kind of what your opponent summons with like bonus list / time space. It's difficult for them to drop a monster that's got bigger defense. 1 King of the Feral Imps. This is in here, I believe, just to search Gigabyte. That's it. There's no other targets, but when you can combo off, like when you do end up comboing off, where you get like Summoner Monk's effect brings out Scepter drops Sovereignty, drop like possibly you draw, or you have already another Sovereignty in hand, you drop it as well, and then you can make you can overlay you make it. There's a lot of different ways you can make plays. Like if you wanted to, you could use the Scepter, lose the Scepter's effect, but then make this guy detach, add the Gigabyte, special summoning. Oh fuck, you can't do that. Never mind, don't listen to that combo. But no, there's a lot of ways you can use this. Just get this into hand. Like it doesn't have to be, but there's a lot of ways you could drop this and make double XCs plus this card. But it just kind of helps if you're in a situation where your Gigabyte's gonna be really good. Lavalval Chain, just drop Damage Juggler, or anything else you kind of want to combo with, I guess. But a lot of times you want to drop Damage Juggler, bring back Damage Juggler, and then you can Gigabyte. So yeah, make Lavalval Chain, send Damage Juggler, make something else, makes Damage Juggler, or makes your King of the Feral Imps, and then add the card, and you can make a triple XCs. I don't really know how you do that, but that'd be interesting. For the monsters that need 3 materials, we're playing 1 copy of number 16 Shockmaster. Shockmaster is friggin' crazy. It's detach 1 XC's material, and then declare 1 card type, and then until the end of your opponent's turn, that declared type cannot be used by the opponent. So if you call on your turn, say trap cards, your opponent cannot play traps. So if they're playing a trap heavy deck, they can't play their traps. you call monsters, they can't play any monsters. You play spells, they can't play any of their spells. So if you're playing, if you know your opponent's playing a crazy spell-related deck, and you can do this, they can't play spells, they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh, or if this card just says you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh, pretty much in general. For the other engines, we're playing one Stellar Knight Deltaros. Deltaros really good, just pop cards in general. Bring out pop cards, and then you can make Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond. Diamond, you kind of go into this Diamond, and then you kind of just win because your opponent cannot play dark monsters with Diamond's effect. So that's kind of a sick little duo. Next up, we're just playing the Stellar Knight Ptomios, Nova, and Infinity to round off just the last card, because make this guy off of the Sovereignty, the Star Seraph engine, pop a lot of cards, detach, make Nova, make Infinity, steal a monster if they have them, and then negation. It's just a solid combo with this deck, and since it's all legal, you might as well play it, right? So that's it. This has been my Star Mages deck profile. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.